Welcome to Hyper Light Drifter, a top-down 2D adventure action game that I know almost nothing about except for the fact that Disasterpiece did the score for this game, and that is reason enough for me to play this. Also, a lot of you guys and a lot of personal friends of mine well, you guys are personal friends of mine, but you know what I mean, recommended this game and continue to recommend this game, so I'm gonna play it. I've played it like 4 or 5 times through like the first 10 minutes, and I finally got everything working to where it won't, just conk out. I mean, you can see I've played for a ridiculous amount, like number of times here. So we are going to be air and boop. Now we're going to sit back for an amazing cutscene. An amazing cutscene, in my opinion. Like, this is like Perturbator's sort of music videos look just like this, or this looks just like Perturbator's music videos. All I can say is it's astounding. If you haven't seen this yet, it's awesome. But that is our city, I guess. It's sort of this hallowed city of something or another. I'm just going off of what I see here, and there's 4 crystal things and whatever that eventually resolve into a chord. Major chord that eventually just fucks up shit. Seriously, like explosion and then done. Cool. For whatever reason, I don't know why, the game hasn't told me yet, I haven't found out, and there's just a river of blood and bodies, and it's at this point that I realize that we're not in Fezland anymore, and that theremin. Oh, that poor solo theremin. Disasterpiece, could I just... If there's a long list of producers and composers I would love to have like a 2-hour sit-in with in the studio, Disasterpiece is like 5th or 6th on that list. Like, he's high up there. They are high up there, and just... Ugh. And those visuals are just so haunting and creepy, and oh my god, like it's a nightmare. Just, that's what it is, it's a nightmare. Just, am I the sole survivor? Am I some sort of, like, rogue or renegade and Anubis dog with a diamond halo? It's a diamond dog, if you will. Okay, that's what you get for making puns in Hyper Light Drifter. A giant Anubis tower coming out of the ground, right in front of you, out of the blood ocean, as it were. Jesus. Blood ocean. And our objective now, I'm assuming, is just to get these pieces together. Oh. Okay, so let's talk about the music there real quick. So what Disasterpiece did with this, as opposed to in Fez, actually you could hear it a little bit in Fez, but is that he lets the dynamic range flow. It's free. Dynamic meaning loudness and softness of sound. It's free, more so than any other games where everything's either really loud or just soft and then kind of loud, but then soft again. This ran the gamut. Like, I'm gonna have to go in afterwards and just even things out a little bit with some compression, just so it doesn't, if you're listening to me talk and listening to the quiet music, it doesn't blow your ears out when you have that climax. But to hear it without that compression that I'm going to add in, and I'm sorry, Disasterpiece, to have to do that. I really am. I don't want to. I gotta limit you somehow, because it's anyway. To hear it without is like listening to a classical score, bleeding, in that things that are quiet are supposed to be quiet, and they're very quiet, and they make you listen, and then that climax is all the more powerful because of because of its dynamic range. That's I respect that. Not many games are doing that anymore, especially because it's so easy to just be like, let's compress it. I do it on my voice, too. I recorded a low-ish volume. Kinda. Now that I look at the waveform, it's kinda. Oh my gosh, just those long pads. I fell in love with Disaster Piece's work when I heard the long pads of Fez with my friend Ryan, who I've played Castle Crashers with. He introduced me to the game, and we just bonded over that game. And he actually is one of the people that introduced me to this game, and thank you, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna take your gun. I'm taking your gun. I'm taking your gun. Thank you. Oh, nope. Let's not die. So yeah, we're in tutorial levels right now. I've played through these a couple times. I'm just gonna make it real quick here. We're gonna keep these episodes pretty short, just because Hyper Light Drifter is a couple hours long, I believe. If Fez is anything to go by, then Hyper Light Drifter is not gonna be necessarily a short game, but it's gonna have a lot of backtracking that I'm gonna have to edit out. So I figure I'll just keep the episodes short, and I will heal myself, and that way we don't have any problems, and it keeps you guys interested. That is a War Machine thing, I'm assuming. I have no idea, but if we're listening now to the music, I'm just gonna let you listen to the music for a bit. Those hits of the kick drum, or a drum, ducking the rest of the synths was not something that appeared very much, if at all, in Fez. So it's nice to see that Disaster Piece has changed his style to something a little more modern, a little more driving for this game, which means that the game is, it sets the tone for the game. But what sets the tone for this game even more than that is stuff like this. Long, inquisitive chords. I call it inquisitive because you have that sort of that explorative theme. I mean, if you're listening to it, I'll turn it up in post so you can hear it. Or, well, it's gone now, so never mind. But that, those chords, I believe they're augmented chords. I have to play it on the keyboard in order to tell you, but, yeah, augmented chords that lend that sort of explorative, inquisitive nature to your song, and then resolve down to the major. Or it could be a raised sixth too, I'm not sure. I'm talking about music theory, and this is going on. So we got accosted by a dark stranger. Not entirely sure as to what's up with that yet, but then Helmeted Man, who I have named Theodore in past playthroughs of this, comes to save us. I don't know what his name is, or even if it's a he. If it's a she or a whatever. I don't know, but Theodore saved us and nursed us back to health, and is now polishing his SNES because that is the superior console to be polishing. Yes, indeed. You might as well leave, Theodore. That SNES is as shiny as it's ever going to get. Super. I love this. This makes me happy more than anything else right now. It's got that Fez thing where you can, you're asleep. You're deep under the covers. And now you're awake. You're asleep again, deep under the covers. Monsters can't get you here. And you're awake. So let's see what he gave us. Gave us a map, and it's a big map. Oh my god. We're going to be going all the way up here first, which is going to be tons of fun. This chord, I initially thought was hearkening back to Fez. But, it doesn't. But you hear sort of the same chord structures, and if you played Fez a lot, as I have, and you love the music as I do, you're hearing these chords and you can't help but get those goosebumps on your arms. Disaster Piece knows how to arrange a work that just strikes at the core of you, and it makes you feel at home, but also adventurous, and it just drops you into the world. And I got to leave it here. We are out of time. I've gushed about the music enough for right now, but sorry. Thank you for tuning into this episode of I fucked that up. I almost said Fez. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Hyper Light Drifter. My name is Fourmyle. Like and subscribe if you liked what you saw. Comment that I geeked out way too much about the music and need to focus on the gameplay, which I will from now on, maybe. And if you have any other games that you want me to play, let me know in the comments below, or heck, gift them to me. If I get gifted a game, I play it, unless it's straight up porn or some other weird like gag gift like Rat Maze or something crazy like that. But even then I might play it. I don't know. It depends on how awesome it is. Anyway, thank you for tuning into this episode. See you guys in the next one. Bye.